Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Research an area's economy before moving there. And just real quick, I had to redo the beginning of that. Just real quick for those in the tech business, y'all know. But that's just part of business, because if I was stumbling over the title, that's a business thing. Y'all be like, oh, he stumbles over titles. No, I don't want to watch him. That's business. Just a real quick thing. This is kind of a tangent from the main subject, but you want to try to do everything you can to make your business as sharp as possible. And if you're doing a business like this, as sharp as possible. So you really have to think about it, all right? But that's a tangent. Maybe I'll do another whole video on it. But you want to research an area's economy before moving there on so many levels. First of all, yeah, you might want a new house someplace, but you need to know, okay, what kind of businesses are in the area? Because you got to think, okay, you move into the area. What's the economy like? Is it an affluent area, middle class, lower income? That could affect a lot of other things, just what money is there. Like on a practical level, more affluent areas are literally cleaner. They are literally cleaner. So that's something. Because you ever drive through a poor neighborhood or a lower income neighborhood and, grass is growing all over the place in different yards, or like some of the public areas, they don't keep it up as much. It kind of affects how you feel. It affects how you think. It affects your mindset. And Money Matters is all about mindset. And see, that's just one area. You're also talking about the people. What type of people live in the area? What type of people? Because, okay, since moving to Harford County a few years ago, I've lived in 3 different areas, and I can tell the difference economically where I'm at. Like where I was, it was more of a lower income area at first, and just the mindset of the people. I mean, they were cool, but it was kind of different how they kept their homes and everything. It affected you mentally. And then, we'll move to another area. That was a little bit better, but just by a little bit. But it was a different mindset, different type of stores in the area, different type of people. And now in the area that I'm in now, the community I'm in now, more, I ain't gonna say totally affluent, but more upscale. Not totally affluent, but it's better than the last 2. And I'm noticing a difference. That's one of the things, but see, and also what type of stores are in the area. More high-end restaurants are in the area. High-end grocery stores right in the area. Even a major car wash. You take it to, like the car wash I go to, it's almost like a mini detail every time I go. I can literally take it every single day because I'm on the plan there and get it a mini detail, because the way they clean the outside very well. Have a team drying it, and they clean the inside very well. Like I said, mini detail, but the car generally looks like, I ain't gonna say spanking new, but it always looks like I just got it when I come out of the car wash, the way they do it. But I was thinking about, okay, they have that type of scale here. Oh, a little bit more money in this area. A lot more people in this area who are willing to spend extra. And that affects a lot, because then say you have a family. You have children. You want to think about what type of schools they're going to. You want to really think about that. Like, you want to think about all those little things. You want to look at the crime statistics. In more affluent neighborhoods, it's going to be lesser crime. Not to say it's impossible something wouldn't happen, but you also get a better police response. You got to look at all of that. And you can always get an idea. You can always get an idea of an area. Just know the zip code of it, and you can literally just type in the zip code. It is a ton of information. They will tell you everything, racial background of the area, the schools, everything. Because you want to do that. You want to do that because you're thinking about it. If you move into an area, that's a major expenditure. Money, or if you're not buying a place, rent. You got to think about where you're at, because as I always say, money isn't everything. It's just up there with oxygen. The class level, the economics, the money spent, it really affects the people there, and of course the people going to affect you. Like if you live in a lower income area, Well, you got to be concerned about what you spend your money on. You know, you might have to move that fancy TV in the middle of the night. Well, actually, in the middle of the day. The bad people usually sleep during the day. But you got to think about that. You got to think about what you show, what type of vehicle you have. Because trust me, if you're in a poor neighborhood, lower income neighborhood, they're paying attention to every single thing you got. But see, that could affect you too. So you always want to research stuff. You want to say, okay, that's a nice place. Now, if you don't have any options other than that, okay, well, you got to do what you got to do. But even then, you still want to research. You want to know what you're dealing with. And the economy, just like even with politics, the economy means a lot because the economy itself it says what type of people are around, how people are interacting with each other. That's an economy is really a social thing. How we spend our money, because it's like what kind of cars we drive, what kind of service that we get at the places, the stores, even car repair places. You got to look at all of that. You know, how do people keep their homes? Like I say, if you go in a lower income neighborhood, you got a lot of homes, but they can be jacked up because, quite frankly, maybe the residents, they got to pick and choose what they fix. They might not be able to get that power wash on the side of their aluminum siding and everything on a regular basis, you know? And depending on their age, might not be able to keep their grass cut. Seriously, you can tell. It's like you go through any neighborhoods, it's like the more affluent ones are always cleaner. Seriously. Indeed, to the point, I know I was driving through Baltimore one time, I saw some guys and they had like a certain uniform on, they were actually cleaning the streets. I was like, yeah, I don't have that in the poor areas. So you pay attention to all of that because it will affect how, and it's based on money. Let's just be real. We're talking how we socially interact is based on money. You know, even though I've done several videos on my main men's channel about men, you know, getting with women without spending money, that's only a small percentage. And even then, the money could affect how people, you know, what environments they're in or access points. So, you know, they ain't like totally there. You know, it's one thing to say sex, but you're talking about just living, period. Oh yeah, money, you know? Because even how I'm doing this, I couldn't do this during the day at my last place. It's very quiet. The place I'm in is very quiet. It takes a loud truck. I've had several cars drive by, y'all might not have noticed. But if I get a real large truck come through, okay, you'll notice that, but it's louder. But last place, you heard everything. I used to have to tape stuff in the morning when everybody else might have been asleep. Yeah, and there's some other stuff there. But you always want to research your area. You want to look at it. Because even when I moved here, I drove through here several times. Months before I actually got the spot. I drove through here several times because I wanted to know. I was looking at the people, everything. Looking at the stores in the area, looking at the cars. Mainly looking at the people. You know, looking at how the homes were kept. I was like, okay, I can deal with this. But you always want to do that. Researching areas. Research the area, but research the economy. The money will tell you a lot. Even before you go there, like I said, you can put in a zip code and it'll give you median income, all of that, the schools, crime reports, stuff like that. Because just the environment we're in. Money does shape the overall environment or plays a major role as the tool that it is. So anyway, I want y'all to think on that, all right? And until then, let's go make that money.